Hi everybody and welcome back. It won't surprise you that today is all about waders yet again. My first stop is Westhoek with Jeroen, and we also have met up with Jesse Zwart and Arjan Dwarshuis, who are also here to find a good wader. Then my next stop is Den Oever to try the Wilson's Velorope again, and then on to Texel, where a greater sand plover, a buff-breasted sandpiper and a white-rumped sandpiper has been seen these last couple of days. After scanning through the waders for some time, I found this juvenile Kentish plover, which is a very scarce breeding bird in the Netherlands, so I was very happy with the find. You can identify this bird in comparison to the common ringed plovers by the very pale appearance of the bird, also the longer and all black bill, and also the markings on the breast side are very restricted, and the bird has a very pale hind neck.
Die twee rechte paaltjes moet je hebben en daar rechts van.
Dat zijn 2 keer 2 paaltjes, hè?
Ja, de twee rechterpaaltjes.
Binnenkort opzoeken wanneer het water
Jeroen here has just found a white-rumped sandpiper, very well. A group of dunlin came in very close and we started checking them. And after a few birds, Jeroen saw a very cold-colored bird and he asked me to get onto the bird. And when I got it in the scope, I immediately saw it was a white-rumped sandpiper. Very well done by Jeroen.
And here you can see the very long-bodied appearance of the white-rumped sandpiper and also the markings on the flanks, which is a good feature to separate it from the curlew sandpiper. And here you can also see the white rump of the white-rumped sandpiper. And that is a feature it shares with the curlew sandpiper, but as I said, the curlew sandpiper lacks the markings on the flank. At the moment I was going to another area for birding, Jeroen called me and said he had a group of snow geese next to the roadside, and I thought that would be cool to include that here in the video. And these snow geese aren't considered wild in the Netherlands as they breed in Germany and are not birds that are originating from America. And they are young of birds that have been released or escaped in Germany and now breeding freely in the wild there. And here you can see the salt marsh of Den Oever, where a sitting cisticola has been present for these last couple of days. But I only saw it in flight and only very far away, so I didn't manage to get any footage or photos of the birds, sadly. I also saw the Wilson's phalarope yet again, but as the same as the last time, it was very far away. Now I didn't face backlight, but it was still too far away to get any decent shots of the bird.
After checking the waders at Westhoek and Den Oever, I'm now waiting in line for the ferry to Texel. My first stop there will be the greater sand plover, as it is seen irregularly throughout the day. And then I'm going to search for the buff-breasted sandpiper, which is possibly still on the island. And then in the evening my plan is to go back to the greater sand plover when I have the light from behind to get the best shots possible, because the greater sand plover is pretty far away, and so you need every bit of good lighting that you can get.
And also the greater sand plover was very far away. It was only visible from a watch sight on the edge of the area. And you can identify the greater sand plover by its longer and all black bill and the orange breast and orange neck, which with a bit of fantasy is visible in this shot.
Just when I drove out of the ferry onto Texel, a buff-breasted sandpiper was paged at Camperduin, and I think that might be the same bird as the bird on Texel from yesterday. So now I decided, after seeing the greater sand plover, to drive to Camperduin to search for this buff-breasted sandpiper. And in the car I can eat my dinner, which is a nice Caesar salad. Well, this day had an interesting turn of events. As I was on the way to Camperduin to search for the buff-breasted sandpiper, a text came through in the Ameland app group of a zakervalken on Ameland. And that is a new bird for me. I dipped our sole record 4 times, and once in just a couple of seconds. So this is a bird I really want to see. And I could just catch the last ferry to Ameland if I would go there directly, so that's what I did. But there was also an escaped zakervalken on Helgoland these last weeks, so it possibly was the same bird. But later it turned out that the escaped zakervalk has been recaptured, so the bird from Ameland is definitely a wild bird. But it was gone already before I could take the ferry. So I guess we have to search for that bird tomorrow. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.